In the women's strawweight division at UFC London, you have Shauna Bannon coming into perfect 5-0, making her UFC debut. Taking on Bruna Brasil, comes in at 8-3-1. Should be an interesting fight, and these fights early in the prelims are the toughest ones to predict. So let's get into it. Bannon, 1 inch taller at 5'7". They're both 29 years old. Bannon has about a 4-inch reach, actually a 3-inch reach advantage, and she's a switch stance fighter, which makes her tough to beat. Brasil stands right-handed. She lands 3.2 significant strikes per minute and about a takedown and a half over the course of 3 rounds. Now, Shauna Bannon, again, making her UFC debut. She's in 2 of the 5 wins were by KO. She got 3 decisions. She's fighting out of places like Invicta, CLFC, actually Invicta twice, Invicta FC 49, Invicta FC 52. So, she's beaten some decent opponents, but Bruna Brasil has come into the UFC, actually at the Contender Series, and won by KO, but giving up 3 takedowns. Then getting the win there. And then in the UFC debut against Denise Gomes, gave up 3 takedowns, got dominated, but we know Denise Gomes to be exact, is pretty good. She KO'd her in 2 rounds, so that shouldn't be any indication of what's going to happen and in this fight. And I can see why the odds are close, because it's really, you don't know how this fight is going to play out because we don't have any experience from Bannon in the UFC. Yeah, she's undefeated, but what does that really mean until you get into the UFC and prove yourself? Bruna Brasil has a little bit more experience now than she does, and this will be taking place in London, kind of closer to where Bannon's from, so the crowd might be with her, but there'll be some Brazil fans as well. I just think Bruna Brasil is going to get the job done here. Got a little experience now. This one will be in front of a nice crowd, will help the cause for her. Both will be nervous, but I think Bruna Brasil is going to come in here and get the win. She's got to defend the takedowns and land some takedowns. That's going to be critical in this fight. If she can do that and dominate that way, it'll be easy. If she gets stuck in a stand-up striking affair with Bannon, it could go sideways. So that's how this fight's going to play out. And what I'm saying is I believe Bruna Brasil can get some takedowns and control the fight and get the win here by decision, in my opinion. Women's strawweight division, UFC London.